Hi, I'm Ben. I'm from England. I work at EF Jiaxing and I'm the Director of Studies here. I've been in China for almost 4 years.
Hello, my name's Kurt. I'm from Australia. I've been at EF Jiaxing for 11 months, just coming on my 12-month time now.
So are you a teacher, Kurt?
Sorry, yes, I am a teacher here.
You're a teacher there.
EF
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
tell me more about how you got into teaching English, Kurt.
Originally, I was in hospitality in the Gold Coast, Australia, and felt like a career change. And I saw advertisements for a TEFL diploma to go and teach abroad.
Yeah.
So I went for my diploma and started applying for jobs, and was very lucky to get a job here.
Yeah. Have you ever taught before?
In different aspects of business, I have, like in hospitality, but not so much in a classroom as a teacher.
Okay. Okay, I see. So
Yeah.
what were your first impressions when you first arrived in China or in Jiaxing?
My first impressions were wow, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Had been to some other cities in China, so I found Jiaxing quite small and very quiet, which suits me fine. It was very enjoyable, very relaxing place, beautiful rivers, beautiful old houses, and it's close to everything. So it's very comfortable here. And the school and the staff at the school have been very supportive, and it's been easy to adjust.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
Ben, being in a thanks for your answer. So for Ben, being a DOS in the EF Jiaxing, what advice would you give to people when they're looking for teaching positions in China?
Well, I mean, I think the first thing is you have to look for a school that's going to provide you with a lot of support and development. As well as that, you probably need to, be quite honest with the school and yourself about which sort of city you want to move to, and really go somewhere that you think suits you. Because if you end up somewhere that's a little bit too quiet and it's not really your thing, maybe you're not going to be feeling great after a few months. But if you go for the city that you're really into, and you've got that support from the academic team, I think that a marriage of those two things is pretty important.
Okay, talking about support, so what kind of support and training is provided at EF Jiaxing, Ben?
So, I mean, we have several layers of support. We have first, a senior teacher or a teacher will arrive at the airport to collect you and bring you and settle you into your apartment here. We have that senior teacher role, two of whom are here working at the moment, providing support for the teachers in-house when they're doing their induction. Now, the induction lasts from day one until about 3 months into your contract, allowing you enough time to kind of get to grips with how we teach here and sort of general ESL theory and specifics of developing all 4 skills. As well as that, you're going to be feeding back with your senior teacher and feeding back with myself about your progress through that. In terms of pastoral care and care outside of the school, we have a peer advisor role. So somebody who has been here for around a year, who has a good idea of the city and the layout and how things work, so that if you want to find out maybe, how to buy some noodles, how to say something basic in Chinese, and, just where to go to get a mobile phone or some stuff like that, they're the person that's going to help you with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I see. So does EF Jiaxing provide free Chinese class?
Yeah, we have Chinese class here, and I think quite a few of the guys here also use the EF Chinese Town.
So Kurt, are you currently taking some Chinese classes at EF Jiaxing?
Yeah, at the moment I use mostly the online EF Chinatown.
Okay.
And study on there. Yeah.
You can go online anytime you want.
Yes, yeah, it's set up for you to use at your own time, so it doesn't matter when it is. You can go on and do your training, and then they have activity classes together where everyone gets Skype and does it as a group.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's
And
good.
Ben was just mentioning about the support and the housing, all that. So can you tell me more about your housing, and do you have a housemate?
Yes, when I got here, I had a choice whether I could share or get my own apartment. So I opted for my own place, and I've got a lovely little one-bedroom apartment, pretty much in the centre of town, walking distance to the school. It's perfect. I've got shopping, food, restaurants, the school, the beautiful lake, and the bars and restaurants. So it's perfect.
Okay. That's great. That's great. So what about, do you have any of your favorite moments in EF Jiaxing, or like your favorite classes at the moment?
Yeah, look, all of my classes at the moment I'm really enjoying, because I've been here now coming on 11 months. The students' confidence have grown a lot with me. We've been able to form a nice relationship, so every class is good, but if I had to pick a favourite, I'd say my HF 2As would be my favourite. Because they're just at that age now where, and with their language, they're getting a lot more curious, asking me a lot more questions. And it's beautiful, and it's a nice feeling to see them growing and improving.
Yeah, that's great. Well, let's hear from you, Ben. Like, so what are some of the main cultural differences you've noticed between China and your country? I mean, you've been there for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. I mean, I suppose the thing that first hit me when I arrived was kind of, difference in food, and the differences in just like the layouts of cities and how people move around and negotiate cities, be it traffic or, walking in public spaces. I suppose once you've been here a little bit longer, it becomes something of subtleties of the way in which people communicate, which at first were just I was lost. I didn't really know maybe what someone meant particularly when they said something. And of course there's that language barrier of maybe my Chinese is poor, their English is poor, but you still have to work together, so you have to find a way to communicate. And then, over time you kind of get to understand that, right, okay, so I need to work with this person, I need to find a way for our relationship to work, despite the fact that there's this real cultural difference. And over time you kind of negotiate that, I suppose. You come to understand what somebody means when they say a particular thing, and then that kind of gives you an insight into how really you need to work together in a company where, there's service staff, there's sales staff, there's academic staff, there's upper management, and everybody's got different things that they need from one another and different things that they can, do to help each other. And I mean, that's kind of been the interesting thing for me in the last year, with, I suppose, with my Chinese improving and my understanding of the culture improving, seeing a little bit of how I think I can integrate into China a little more.
So Kurt, tell me, like, what do you do there in your free time?
In my free time, Ben and myself enjoy playing pool, so we go out often and play some pool.
With your colleagues?
Yeah. We go out to some restaurants quite often for a meal. Where Jiaxing is situated, it's very close to other cities, so it's easy to travel, whether we go to Shanghai for shopping or Hangzhou to have a look around the West Lake. So there's plenty to do.
So Kurt, have you been on any trips to any parts of the China yet?
Yes, I've been to Hong Kong for a short stay, Shanghai a couple of times, because it's so close, Hangzhou, and a beautiful little river town here called Shitang.
Okay. Can you tell me one of the adventures that you've experienced?
Oh, let me think. I mean, probably for me the kind of highlight of being in China was meeting my girlfriend here and kind of getting to know her family. They speak some Putonghua, but mostly they speak the regional dialect. So once my Chinese got good enough, I thought, oh well, this would be great. I'll meet my girlfriend's family. It's kind of back to square one. I have to learn another
speak English?
totally, yeah. I mean, that's that's been really kind of an adventure for me, is kind of moving from being on the outside of the culture and just being kind of looking in through a window to being on the inside and getting to know just people in their day-to-day lives, rather than, you know, looking from the outside.
Definitely. Wow, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Kurt?
Yeah, I think there's been so many good experiences. I think the most common ones are just the friendliness and the kindness of the local people.
Yeah.
For my apartment, I've met my landlord. She's invited me out to meet her parents for dinner. A few people that I've met in different restaurants and just around town. The kindness to always want to do things, to go out of their way to help you out, to invite you back home to meet the family and have a local meal. It's beautiful. Beautiful.